Hey everybody, another video on my Drake FG. This is a Drake FG 7. It is fantastic. I'm about 3 weeks in on this mouthpiece and just can't say enough good things about it. It's great. So I figured I'd make a video with a whole lot of different ligatures on this to see if it actually makes a difference in the sound. Right now I'm using a Vandoren Optimum as my primary ligature with the metal plate that's got the 4 little pins in each corner. But I used 11 different ligatures. I got 3 different Vandorens, the Drake ligature that came with this, a Flexitone, an Olegature, a couple of Francois ligatures, a generic 2-screw. I don't know if I'm forgetting something, but you'll figure it out. So they're all on there. There's about 11 different ligatures. But again, thanks Aaron Drake for this Drake FG. Fantastic mouthpiece. All right, as I said in the opening, My ligature of choice right now is my Vandoren Optimum with the plate that's got the 4 pins on the corners. I don't really know about the other plates. I don't even remember. I played them at some point, but it must not have been for me what I was looking for. It was years ago that I bought that ligature. So that's the plate that I've been using for a long time. Now, what's important for me for a ligature? Mostly, it's going to be the grip on the mouthpiece, how well it holds the reed, does it make the reed seal properly on the table, and then ease of getting it on and off if I need to get it on and off quick to change a reed. So the Optimum really checks all those boxes. Some of the problems with the other ligatures, the ring ligatures specifically, which again, I love the sound on these, especially the Drake ring ligature that came. In all honesty, this is probably the best sounding ligature of the bunch to my ear, but it does move a little bit when I try to move the mouthpiece either in or out. And that can be a little problematic because then the reed will move a little bit. This Flexitone, same thing. I really like it. And by the way, I love the way it looks. It is the coolest looking thing. And mostly because Joe Lovano plays one or played one, but I think he's got the original. This is a remake by a company. I really like the sound on this Olegature as well, but this one slides. It doesn't grip really well. And with the Drake is just a little tiny bit thinner than like a Meyer and an Auto Link. So some of these ligatures you have to put them way down on the mouthpiece to get it to grip correctly. So the Francois Louis, again, I really like both of these. Although this one is a little bit squirrely when you take it on and off and on a gig. If you don't grip it or screw it on just enough, when you go to grip it, it could move. I bought this pure brass one. This one was great. I was playing an Auto Link or a Meyer, but the bigger mouthpieces, and this one fit perfectly. And I really like it a lot. This Rovner, here's the problem with this Rovner. Now, I did it both top and bottom on the screw. And yes, it is designed for the screw to be on the bottom, but here's the problem. This is where the reed sits. And so these two sides are coming together on the reed, and it really didn't have the reed sealed properly. So I inverted it, and I made the reed sit on this, and then put the screw on the top. It made a little bit of a difference. I don't know if you could tell a difference in the sound on the video. The generic 2-screw, fantastic. The grip on it is great, doesn't move, screws on really, really well. So there you go. And this Rovner Dark, it probably is the darker one, but I don't know if that's just me thinking about the name and then like being influenced by the name. I don't know. As I said in the first video, but I took that video down. At the end of the day, with ligatures, for me, maybe not for you, but for me, definitely, I purchased ligatures based off of how they looked. And if they look cool, then I bought it. Or even more so, if my favorite player or a player that I really liked was playing a ligature that I didn't know and it looked cool, I wanted it. For example, this one with Joe Lovano. You know, forever and ever, I was like, oh, what is that? What is that? And I finally found out what it was. And I found a company that, you know, this Rigotti Flexitone, that they remade these. So I got one. It certainly didn't make me sound like Joe Lovano, but, you know, I thought it looked cool. I really loved the way these Francois Louis look. You know, they all look really cool. Probably the most uncool one is the Vandoren. I don't know, but for now, it works for me because I'm trying to get beyond the cool factor and just use the ligature for what it is. So now I'm gonna plead with you, Vandoren, if anybody ever sees this video, which I'm sure they're never going to, but if they ever do, if anybody from Vandoren, can you please make a Vandoren ligature? Now this is the MO. This isn't the one that I'm using, the Optimum, but do you see all that green in there? That's this copper or this brass ligature that's turning green, and it's happening kind of all over the ligature. But Vandoren, please, I'm pleading. I know you make silver ligatures for clarinet, and I've actually thought about buying an alto clarinet Optimum silver ligature just so I could have a silver ligature because the acidity in my saliva makes these brass colored ligatures turn green. And I know I could get the green off with some lemon juice and all that, but If you could make one in silver, I will be the first one to line up to buy it. And I bet it will sound great too. And it will certainly look cool. So anyway, I'm on the Vandoren Optimum until something better looking comes along.